Welcome to Wise Stoic Harbor, a place where we explore deep ideas in psychology, philosophy, and the hidden sides of human nature. Today, we're diving into one of Carl Jung's most powerful warnings. What happens to people who see too much, who feel too deeply, and who notice what others prefer to ignore? Carl Jung believed that some people are born with a rare kind of vision. They see patterns where others see noise. They feel truths that others bury. They notice the cracks in society's mask, and they cannot unsee them. On the surface, this sounds like a gift. But Jung warned that it often feels like a burden. Because when you see too much, you stop fitting into the world that most people call normal. Think about it. Most of society runs on shared illusions. People agree to certain rules, certain stories, certain roles. They work jobs they don't love, buy things they don't need, and play games they don't even question. This keeps the machine running. But the rare person who sees through the illusion threatens the system. And so, instead of being celebrated, they're often rejected, mocked, or even feared. Jung noticed this pattern everywhere. In ancient myths, the visionary was often cast out. In villages, the seer was isolated. In families, the child who asked too many questions was silenced. Society doesn't reward those who see too much. It punishes them because their vision makes others uncomfortable. But Jung also understood why. The human mind is built to protect itself. Most people don't want to face their shadow, the hidden fears, the ugly desires, the truths they've buried. They'd rather stay in the comfort of distraction. So when someone comes along who exposes those shadows, the reaction is defensive. It feels like an attack. And instead of listening, they push the visionary away. Jung called this the loneliness of the awakened. It's not that these people don't want connection. It's that their depth often makes connection harder. Imagine trying to explain your dreams, your insights, your inner world to someone who only wants small talk. The conversation falls flat. The gap grows. And slowly, many visionaries retreat into solitude. But Jung didn't see this solitude as failure. He saw it as part of the path. He believed that people with rare vision must walk into the depths of the unconscious. Through dreams, symbols, and personal reflection. But he also warned them not to drown there. Visionaries need balance. They must live in both worlds, the deep inner world of truth and the grounded outer world of daily life. He used the image of a tree to explain this. The higher a tree reaches into the sky, the deeper its roots must go into the soil. The visionary is like a tree that stretches into the unknown. But without strong roots, without simple routines, relationships, and grounding, the wind will break it. So Jung told people with this gift, stay human, eat well, work with your hands, love honestly, and keep your feet on the ground. Only then can you carry the weight of what you see. Another lesson Jung gave was about community. Even if most of society rejects you, there are always a few who understand. Seek them out. Find the other rare minds. The ones who don't laugh at your questions. The ones who nod when you talk about symbols or dreams. These connections are anchors. They remind you that you're not broken. You're just tuned to a different frequency. And perhaps the most important lesson Jung left us was humility. Vision without humility turns into arrogance. And arrogance blinds. If you start believing that you alone know the truth, you've already lost your way. True visionaries don't force others to see. They shine quietly. They offer their insight. And they let others come to the light when they're ready. Jung also spoke about individuation. the process of becoming fully yourself. For most people, life is about fitting in. For the rare visionary, life is about becoming whole, even if it sets you apart. That doesn't mean isolation forever. It means living in truth, even when truth makes you different. One of Jung's most famous ideas was the shadow. He believed every person carries a dark side filled with impulses, fears, and weaknesses they try to hide. Most people bury their shadows so deeply they forget it exists. But visionaries can't help but notice it, their own and others. This makes them both powerful and vulnerable, because when you see the shadow clearly, you also see how fragile human beings really are. That knowledge is heavy. But Jung insisted it is also the path to freedom. By facing the shadow instead of running from it, a person becomes whole. History gives us examples. Socrates was forced to drink poison because his questions unsettled Athens. Galileo was silenced for saying the earth moves around the sun. Visionaries often face rejection in their own time. But their insights outlive the rejection. Jung knew this would be true for rare minds in every generation, including ours. He also pointed out something important. The visionary is not just a thinker, but also a kind of hero, not in the sense of glory or fame, but in the sense of sacrifice. In myths, the hero leaves the village, travels into the unknown, faces monsters, and returns with wisdom. In real life, the monsters are often inner demons, fears, and doubts. The visionary is the one who dares to face them. And even if society doesn't always welcome them back, their journey still adds something vital to human progress. So what does this mean for you? If you feel like you see too much, if you notice patterns no one talks about, if you feel truths that others deny, don't mistake your struggle as weakness. It's a sign of the gift you carry. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it can feel isolating. But Jung would remind you, meaning matters more than comfort. A comfortable life can feel empty, but a meaningful life, even if painful, can feel full. He would tell you to protect your vision. Use it for creation, whether that's art, wisdom, or compassion. Don't waste it on trying to convince those who aren't ready. And don't let rejection convince you that you're wrong. The world may never fully accept you, but that doesn't erase the value of what you see. As Jung once said, the shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. Your path is yours alone. And while it may be harder, it is also more real. So carry your gift with courage. Stay humble, stay grounded. And remember, you are not here to fit into illusions. You are here to walk in truth. And that truth, even if lonely, is powerful. Thank you for reflecting with me on this journey into Carl Jung's warning. This is Wise Stoic Harbor. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep walking your path of truth.